Gentleman yields back. The chair recognizes the gentleman from Colorado, Mr. Tipton, for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, mines in Colorado's 3rd Congressional District provide not only critical jobs, they also provide reliable, affordable electricity on which countless Americans rely. The future of one such mine, operated by Colowyo in Moffat County, is now in jeopardy after a federal judge sided with a radical environmental group notorious for filing lawsuits at the expense of taxpayers who often end up footing the litigation bill. I'm urging the Department of Interior to be able to take swift action to prevent the impending closure of the Colowyo mine, and I want to thank Senator Cory Gardner for his partnership in this effort. On May 8, 2015, the Federal District Court for the District of Colorado issued an order determining that the Office of Surface Mining failed to comply with the National Environmental Policy Act of 2007 when it issued a mine plan for approval of the Colowyo coal mine. The court gave OSM 120 days to be able to prepare a new analysis and issue a new decision. If OSM does not complete the process in 120 days, the court stated that it would vacate the mine plan, effectively shutting down the mine on September 6th. Unfortunately, despite repeated insistence from myself, Senator Gardner, county officials, and surrounding local communities, this administration decided against appealing the court's ruling. We have to ask the question, does not the executive branch have the real requirement to be able to defend its permitting actions? Of course it does. The federal government must vigorously defend the legality of its permitting actions and leave the policy debates over the role of coal in the legislative and rulemaking proceedings where the debates belong. So here's where we stand. As the September 6th deadline rapidly approaches, the livelihoods of thousands of Northwest Coloradoans are in peril as they rely on the administration with a track record of attacks on the mining industry and affordable electricity to do the right thing. Unfortunately, the administration hasn't done much to allay our concerns. A mine closure would jeopardize 220 direct jobs and millions in economic activity. While 220 jobs may not sound like much, to the town of Craig, population 9,400, that has a significant economic impact in the community. To properly be able to understand the scale of this potential catastrophe, this is the equivalent to the president's hometown of Chicago, shedding 63,000 well-paying jobs. The adverse effects of shutting down this mine go beyond the jobs at the mine that would be lost. Coal produced by this mine, located in Moffat and Rio Blanco counties, is used to generate power at the Craig station. The mine is a critical supplier of western Colorado's energy. It provides reliable, affordable electricity in much of the western half of the state. Last week, I attended a meeting to discuss the future of the Colowyo mine in Glenwood Springs with the Secretary of Interior, Sally Jewell, Bureau of Land Management Director, Neil Cornsey, and a number of Colorado community leaders, including Moffat County Commissioner John Kincaid and Mayor of Craig, Ray Beck. While it would have been preferable for the Secretary to make time to be able to meet with the miners in Moffat County who are facing the loss of their livelihood, look them in the eye and hear their stories, she did meet with this group, and I hope that she received a better understanding of the important impact of the Colowyo mine on the impact of the economy in Northwest Colorado. I was pleased to be able to hear Secretary Jewell assure us before the meeting that the Department of Interior is on schedule to be able to complete a new environmental assessment by the court's deadline of September 6th. And if for some reason they fail to meet that schedule, they will request an extension. I hope the Secretary realizes that the decisions made in Washington have lasting impacts on everyday working Americans. Unfortunately, we've seen repeated attempts by this administration to impose drastic and, in some cases, outright unattainable mandates on the existing electricity sources. Communities such as Craig have expressed concerns that these proposed regulations will work to the detriment of the local economies by shutting down local power plants, negatively affecting Colorado's mining industry, and needlessly burdening Colorado families and businesses with higher energy costs. And yet here we are on the cusp of leaving over 220 honest, hardworking people without a paycheck. This battle offers a vivid and all too familiar lesson in how environmental special interests, if not balanced against the practical need for a healthy and growing economy, can wreak havoc on the everyday lives of Coloradoans. The careful balance between environmental protection and economic prosperity is regrettably missing from this administration's policies. The most troubling part of all of this is the effects that these misguided regulations won't actually result in cleaner air overall, but will jeopardize the reliability of the electrical grid and have severe economic impact. The people of Moffat County, they are people who are feeling these impacts. The people of Moffat County, need to know that they are not alone in this effort. I am committed to doing everything within my power to be able to fight for affordable, reliable, and responsible energy production. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I yield back.
The gentleman yields back. The chair recognizes the gentlewoman from New Jersey, Ms. Watson Coleman, for 5 minutes.
Mr. Speaker, SCPI is going to address the House.
The gentlewoman is recognized.
Thank you. Hi.